a good little workout here actually. You've got gliders that you'll need to start off. Now I know that there's a few people that are starting new to this vlog. So there's a video, very short video that you should have watched already so that you are prepared for the exercises. Gliders, if you don't have a set of these, you can still do most of these exercises without, or you can use something like this on a wood floor, a microfiber duster, or paper plates on a carpeted floor. Alright, so our first exercise, you're going to have both gliders and you are going to be doing low side to side shuffles. Your tippy toe should be in the middle of the gliders and your heels should be coming out off to the floor. Just means you're not going to wipe out. It makes it a lot safer of an exercise. And you are going down as low as you can and you are staying low. And you're doing a big stretch from side to side. I'm a little limited by my space and by not wanting to disappear from your screens. But you can go as far as your workout space allows. And if you didn't have gliders for this one, then the same shuffles would work. You could also do it with those mini band elastics that I know a lot more of you have. And for anyone who is new to working out and doesn't have the equipment, remember you can contact me and I have some for sale. There are also a lot of places now opening up where you can probably buy your own stuff. Alright, next one. You don't need the gliders. High knees. So have your elbows in, knees are coming up to your hands. The faster you go, the harder this exercise. So this is legs and cardio. I want you breathing hard for this. If you can still talk, you're not working hard enough. You should be out of breath. Keep those elbows in. Try to keep those knees coming right up to your hands. So you dictate how hard you're going, how fast you're going. Adding that bouncing makes it a lot more challenging all round. Alright, next one. Grab your gliders again. And you are going to be one glider only for this. You're in a low squat position, leg coming out the back. So it's a bit like a lunge meets a squat. The lower you go, the harder the exercise. The weight should be on the leg that is not moving. The leg that is moving, your tippy toe, is in the middle of the glider. And you are trying to put, halfway, as little resistance as possible on this leg. So this is just sliding out the back nice and straight. So you'll be at about a 45-degree angle. Alright, next one. Oh, you guys love these ones. Mountain climbers. Mountain climbers are tough. Now, if you don't want to go down on the ground and do mountain climbers, you can do this, which basically the more ridiculous you look, the better you are at the exercise. Hard version is when you're on the floor, and the faster you go, the better. I'm not talking for this one, otherwise I'm not working. Try to get those knees up to the elbows, legs straight out the back. So you're not doing little mountain climbers, you're big, long movements. Woo-wee! Next one, on your back, a little easier. Heels on the gliders. Bum in the air. I have no mat here. I find I adhere to the ground better without the mat. Bum up, tough version, both legs together, keeping bum up. Easier, alternating one leg and then the other. And the easiest version, your bum stays up, glutes squeezed, one leg after the other. Nice, steady pace. So this one, a bit like the mountain climbers when you're on your front, How fast you are moving is going to determine how hard it is. That in addition to whether you're using one leg at a time or both legs. Perfect, all right, now we are back to the start. Keep hold of your gliders, side to side shuffles. Whoo-wee, okay, so 2 more rounds of this, and then we are moving on to core. You've got a core chunk, and then you're finishing with a chunk that's weights, 3 different exercises using a variety of different muscles. So once we've got this bit over, I think this is going to be the worst part. And you're determining by how fast you're going, how hard you are going, how tough this one is. But this is a great fat burner. So remember that. If you're trying to tone up, build up heart rate, build up resistance, this is the one. Okay, high knees, no gliders, ditch them for a little bit. Remember, get those knees up as high as possible. The harder you're working on this, the better it all feels when you finish. You put every effort into it. If you haven't worked out for a while, your goal is to get through the full workout. So pace yourself. And with each and every workout, you will really see how you're making progress. Come on, get those knees going. High as you can. Remember, elbows in. And you're stepping it to make it a little easier. Jumping it to make it more challenging. All right, now we need one glider. And you're at the back, facing that way, leg coming out the back. Low as you can be, weight on the leg that's not moving. Get the arms moving as well to increase the amount of muscle you're working. Raises your heart rate, and basically just means that you're burning more. So by the same token, if you're not moving your arms, it's marginally easier, halfway. However, this arm movement is really good for the shoulders. Getting the blood flowing to the area. All right, second round of mountain climbers. If you didn't hate these, you probably weren't doing them right. So remember, tippy toe in the middle. Nice flat plank position. Elbows slightly bent. And get those legs going as fast as you can. Knees, you're trying to bring the knees right up to the elbows. The leg out the back. It should be straight. So when I see you doing this, a little short movement, it's not a great mountain climber. You ain't going to get up your mountain very quickly that way. And remember, you're in a plank. So keep belly pulled in, nice and tight. Okay, over to the back. So that one's working the front of the legs mainly. This one is working the back, lower back, bum, and the hamstrings. Backs of the legs. And I know a lot of people, when they first start out on this one, sometimes find their hamstrings get a little crampy. Just go down to the easier version of it. So alternating one leg at a time. If you're finding even that one is tough, you can just revert to a bridge. Bum up, down, and just take comfort from the fact that eventually you will be doing the tougher, more challenging versions. But for now, you're moving, you're doing something, which is way better than many people are managing right now. Okay, we are on to the last round. Hallelujah. Both gliders. they're not going to pop like a balloon. Filling them to maximum capacity helps you to have stronger lungs. High knees. So, if in the eventuality when you do get chest infections, you're better equipped to fight them, having strong lungs with good maximum capacity. Okay, all right, get those knees going. I'm used to hearing the room, all the thundering feet going. I have to imagine all of that in my head now. It's amazing how much better I've got at it. It used to seem very weird. 10 weeks in, I can see all of you here. All right, come on, last 10 seconds. Let's go a little faster. Okay, one glider, one leg lunges. I'm ready. The hockey boys call these skating lunges. You can clearly see why. Low as you can go, the lower you go, the more you're going to get the burn in that quad. But if it's hurting your knee, just come up a little higher. You'll find staying in one position is better, halfway on the knees, than coming up and down. And make sure the weight is on that foot that's not moving, and predominantly on the heel. Oh, my favorite, mountain climbers. Woo-wee. Last round of them. Come on, this one should be deadly. You get to lie on your back and rest after this. All right, 40 seconds. Last 10. Keep it up, keep it up. Okay, hamstrings on the back. That was deadly hard. If it's one of your first workouts, I wasn't expecting you to work that hard. Next month, maybe. All right, thumb up. Remember, they're both feet together. Hardest version. Try and keep your knees and feet together. You can do the alternating, one at a time, or the bum lift. Either way, with 3 out of 4, you're trying to keep your bum as high as possible throughout. Okay, fabulous start, you guys. If it's any comfort, that's it. Cardio is pretty much done. Okay, next 5 exercises, all core, and for a couple of them you need the bender ball, which I have them, I can sell to you, but you can also a dollar store soccer ball and just let a little bit of air out of it. So it's a squishy plastic ball, basically. And you could manage without it for this exercise as well if you didn't have it. So starting off, nice straightforward, figure of 4. So 1 foot up on the opposite knee, easier version, you keep your foot on the ground. Harder version, foot up and off the ground. Alright, breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. Try to keep your hands by your ears. You shouldn't be pulling on your head, and going nice, smooth, fluid movement is much better than a fast jerky movement. You're trying to lift as high up as you can, slowly come back down. And remember, foot on the floor will make it easier. Okay, halfway, switch to the other leg. Foot up and off the floor is going to be more challenging. Breathe out as you lift up, in as you lower, and come all the way down to the ground after each and every one. And you are just lifting as high as you're able to go. Focus on here, the obliques, these muscles, for what is lifting and lowering you predominantly. Now, if you have the ball, you can put the ball between your feet, and you're doing big C's. So, I think C's as in ocean, it's kind of like waves. The lower your legs are, the harder this is. So if you have your legs up here, it's going to be significantly easier on lower back. And I do not want anybody's lower backs to hurt. Now if you didn't have the ball, obviously the exercise is pretty much exactly the same. Ball just adds a little bit of extra work to the inner thighs, which I know how everybody always wants to work inner thighs. And the bigger the C, the bigger the waves, the harder the exercise. Now you can be up like I am, lying down is fine too. I find this position is a little bit easier on lower back. So if you have lower back issues, then this makes it more comfortable, in addition to not going quite as low. Your legs, whether they are up here or down lower, stay straight. Don't let the knees bend. All right, next one. You don't need the ball. You are doing bum raises. Bum coming up, slowly back down, reaching opposite toe, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. All right, are you ready? Quite a lot going on. So bum lift, slowly let it back down. Feet, foot to hand to toe, hand to toe, hand to elbow, hand to elbow. Bum lift, slowly lower back. Now I know most of you, your bums are probably dropping like rocks back down to the ground. You are trying to let it lower as slow as you can. Really not easy. I'm not expecting it to look pretty. You're also trying to make sure that your legs stay reasonably vertical. So they shouldn't be across that way, above your head. Nice lift. Slow lower. All right, next one. Ball under your side. This one would be a little tough to do exactly like this if you didn't have a ball. If you've got the ball, getting it in the right position, I will talk about first. If you haven't got the ball, you could just do a side plank. The ball should be directly below belly button. Legs are equal distance, forwards and back. So in a V, arms across the chest is easier, arms up here is harder. And you are breathing out as you lift, in as you lower. And if you spend the full 3 minutes, halfway, trying to get the ball in the right position, don't worry. Next time you'll be better. It is an awkward one. Positioning-wise is definitely a big part of the challenge for this one. But if you don't have the ball, you could still do a similar exercise, lifting and lowering, or a side plank, lifting and lowering would be fine too. All right, next one. Ball now is going to go between your feet. Now you get to just lie down. This is a nice comfortable one. And leg lift and lower. Breathing out as you lift up, in as you slowly lower. And obviously this one would be fine without the ball. It just, again, you've got a little bit more resistance on inner thighs if you do have the ball. Okay, halfway. And where you are lying here is totally up to you. You could be on elbow if you want, but you have to make sure that your hips are vertical. So if you're up on your elbow, the chances are your hips are not quite in the right position. So just make sure the position that your hips are in is correct. All right, last one. Keeping the ball between your feet for this one. you are going over onto your front and doing Superman raises. So, arms are straight above your head, you're lifting up, a little bit of a twist, arms come down, arms straight and lower. That extra twist does make it a more challenging exercise, so if you want to keep it easier, you're just going to do the lift and the lower. And as you lift up, you're breathing out. As you're lowering, you're breathing in. Nice, smooth, fluid movement. Keep the ball squeezed between your feet. Works a lot of different muscles with the ball compared to the same exercise without it. Up and off the floor this time, breathing out and in. Remember, no pulling on the head. Your chin should not be on your chest. Your head, you should be looking pretty much up towards the ceiling throughout this one, halfway. And foot on the floor makes it an easier exercise, certainly on lower back. And you do actually have to lift a little bit further to get right to the knee, but you are just going as close to the knee as you are able. There's no pressure to get all the way there. You're just doing what you are able to do. All right, number 2. Ball between the feet, the big C's. Remember to keep your legs straight for this one. So whatever position your legs are in, even if they're just doing little circular or semicircular movements up here, you are still keeping them straight. And if you want to make the exercise harder, your sweeps are a lot bigger and lower. Keeping core pulled in tight throughout. And like I said before, I just find it a little bit more comfortable on my lower back, up on my elbows. That's no reason why you cannot be lying flat. You will just find you even more aware of how you have to keep your abs very tight and don't let your lower back arch. If your lower back overarches beyond its natural bow, then that's when you start running into trouble. Alright, next one, those bum raisers. I know you loved those. Those are really hard, so if you're struggling to get your backside off the ground, don't worry about it, just keep trying. Again, you will get better eventually. If you find your bum just drops down like a rock, no big deal, at least it means you've managed to lift it somewhat. Trying to keep your legs still when you are doing the reach to the toe, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. And if you had to eliminate any part of this, I'm guessing it would be the bum raisers. Wouldn't be the end of the world. You've still got a good bit of ab exercise that you are doing there. Reaching to the toe, elbow, elbow. All right, now you're going to be grabbing the bender ball. Okay, now your second chance to get in the right spot. So remember, directly below belly button. Legs in a V, equal distance, front and back. This is not a comfortable exercise. I have to be honest, when I plan these workouts, your comfort is not my top priority. And this ball just seems to dig into your kidneys somehow. However, it's only for 50 seconds. And if it gets rid of muffin tops, love handles, halfway. Come on, who can't bear a little bit of discomfort? It will get easier. It will get less uncomfortable. Ball between your feet. I'm not going to flip sides. I'm not going to waste time changing from one side to the other. So remember, now you're comfortable. You're just lying here. Lying here, legs are coming up a little. Try to keep your hips vertical. So try to not have your hips leaning back. If you're finding that your legs are lifting a long way up, there's actually a good chance that you've rolled back a little too far. So look at your hips. They should be vertical. Leaning back means you can lift a lot higher, but it's changing the angle of the muscle that we're hitting. And I don't want to do that, so try to keep your hips vertical. Halfway. I hope you can see me a little better now. I realised for the first round, the camera was pointing at the window. I think you can just about see me. If I have to do this all over, then I will not be happy. Alright, onto your front. Remember the ball stays. You are doing those Superman raises with the arms coming down and back up and then lowering. Keeping the ball squeezed between the legs, legs straight. So there's not going to be a lot of clearance. Your legs, you are not bending, you are keeping them straight. And your thighs, really, they're not clearing the ground. You're just releasing a little bit of the weight, taking a little bit of the pressure off. And if you need to make this exercise easier, you could do so by eliminating the arm coming down, this bit. And just do the lift and lower. Nice and steady, breathing out on the lift bit, in on the lower. Alright, back to the start. And like I always say with that exercise, it's a very boring exercise, but it's working the back, and it's a really important one to do for that reason. So many people have very weak lower backs, which means you're far more prone to injuring them. And a bout of yard work or lifting something awkwardly or a long period of time sitting, and you are far more likely to have an issue with, or even just a sore back, if it's not strong in that area. Alright, halfway. So even though it's not one of those glamorous show muscles, like you don't look at your lower back and go, wow, great muscles. It's way more important, or at least equally important, to all the rest of the core. So don't ignore it. Alright, back to the bum raises. No, actually, back to the big C's. Ball between your feet. Ready for the big circles. And off we go. Breathing with this one. Really, there's not one right way to breathe, but what is important is to make sure you're not holding your breath. Holding your breath means that you're increasing the pressure in your abdomen, and you're far more likely to have issues like hernias at worst. Just injured muscles at least. So getting the breathing right is important, but most important, don't be holding your breath. It's actually very surprising the number of people I see when you are concentrating, you just forget to breathe. Obviously it's somewhat limited, but you could go through a good half of the exercise, if not all of it, without the proper breathing technique, and it is really important. So right now we're doing the bum raises. I was eager to get onto those for some bizarre reason. Toe reaches. relaxed. The temptation is to be holding onto the mat for dear life. And it is tough not to do it, I have to be honest. But if you're thinking about it, it's more on the way down actually than the way up. If you're thinking about it, just try to keep the shoulders more relaxed. I always get caught short on that one. All right, for some reason my timer has finished now, but we've got 2 exercises left to go, so we're not going to skip them. I'm just going to have to time them manually. All right, off you go. So onto the side, breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. Actually, we've got 3 more, not 2. I really messed up on the timing there. So remember, uncomfortable ball, arms up here, easier is arms across the chest, and halfway, switch to the other side. And I have people that have been doing this exercise for a very long time and still struggle with getting the position. So don't give up hope. You will get better at it, but it is definitely a challenging exercise. So for this round, this workout, you found you just haven't got the technique right, don't worry about it, it will get better. All right, 3, 2, okay. Staying on the side, ball between the feet this time. Keep that squeeze, relax down, nice and flat, core pulled in, and keep the hips vertical, don't let the hips roll back. All right, off you go. Working as high of a lift as you can manage. Breathing out on the way up, in on the way down. All right, halfway. Three, 2, okay, ball between your feet, lying on the front. You've got the Superman raisers with the arm pulled down. Now that just works a little bit more the rotator cuffs, the muscles behind the back of the shoulders and in the shoulders. And off you go. And again, that's another one of those muscles that people don't use that much. And they certainly don't strengthen and lengthen that much because of the position most of us are in all day, every day. Hunched up behind the wheel driving. Sitting with shoulders tense at a computer. If you spend a little bit of time throughout your day, regularly thinking about lowering your shoulders, keeping your shoulder blades squeezed together, you will find your posture automatically starts to improve. All right, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and that section is done. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure that timing didn't go a little awry. You might have ended up doing a little more abs than I intended you to. Win-win. Either way, now we have one set of weights. Basically go with a set of weights that you're going to be okay with doing a bicep curl and a one-arm tricep kickback. So one set of weights is great, middle weight. If you've got more, then you've just got a little bit more variety. All right, so the first exercise you are doing bent over back row, arms straight, coming up, bicep curl, overhead press. So off we go, bend over, back nice and straight, back row. Then the arms come straight out the back, Then you're coming up straight, bicep curl, overhead press. So core pulled in as you bend forwards at about a 45-degree angle. Back, arms straight, come up straight, curl, overhead press. Now we've got a good long 60 seconds doing each one of these next exercises, because basically each one is, well, actually this one is 4 exercises. 1, 2, 3, 4, rolled into 1. The next one's a lot easier, and then the last one is 2 exercises. So, alright, so for the next one, you're only going to have 1 weight. If you have a bench to lean on, that makes the exercise easier. I don't want to make it easier, so you're going to use your back and rest on your thigh, elbow in, pushing out straight. So we're doing a 1-arm tricep kickback. I'm not using the bench, but if I had a bench and I was bent over here, it would just make the exercise a little bit less challenging. Now I'm not going down in weight, because I want to really burn my triceps. So I've got the same weight for this one as I had for the back and biceps, which halfway. Triceps are a much smaller muscle, so this is a challenge. However, I'm only doing one side at a time now. There's no way I'd be able to go for the full 60 seconds, but because I'm switching halfway, it's just about doable. It's not easy, but it's achievable. You obviously, if you need to go down to a lighter weight, that's totally fine, and that will make all the difference to this exercise, having an easier weight. All right, next one. You need both weights again and a mat, and you are doing, on your back, a chest press. Legs are vertical, chest press, rotate into a little bit of a sit-up. Chest press, rotate the weights into a sit-up. Now this exercise can be made significantly easier by putting the legs down on the ground, which would be fine too. Chest press, rotate the weights, little bit of a sit-up. Elbows and arms moving symmetrically. When you come down, your elbows shouldn't be touching the ground. Rotating here, little bit of a sit-up. Now if your abs are feeling like they have done more than enough already, you could just go to the chest press on this one, which would be absolutely fine as well. You want to just squeak a little bit more out of the belly, then continue with this part. Alright, next one. Didn't reposition my screen. You may not be able to see half of me for this one. Hang on. That'll be a blessing for you. It's early in the morning. My brain's not working very well. So the back row. Arms out straight. Coming up. You might miss the top of my head. Hey ho. I think you're still going to get a very good idea of what you're supposed to be doing. Back row, arms straight, come up straight, bicep curl, overhead press. Bend over, making sure when you do that bend, the back stays nice and straight. This should not be hurting your lower back. If it's uncomfortable on the lower back, you need to switch to a lighter weight. Okay, the tricep kickbacks. Ditch the weights, active recovery. Let me just see what you can see. Oh yeah, you're losing half my head. A blessing, I know what my hair looks like this morning. Okay, tricep kickback. So your elbow should always be about the same height as your back, not lower. Keep it in, and then when the weight comes out the back, you're not swinging all the way back up to here. You are starting halfway at vertical and going out and back down, out, back down. And if you come down a little bit more slowly, it makes it even harder. Great. But it also means you're working your triceps even more. Okay, onto the floor. Now you can see me completely. Set up for abs. I could do the photographer this morning. Chest press. Legs staying up. If you want to do this bit, you can be down, still do this bit, or you can just do the chest press. Regardless, with the chest press, make sure that your arms are moving symmetrically. And adding that little bit of a sit-up, if you want to have it harder on your abs. Might be a mistake. Okay, bent over back row. Core pulled in. Straight. Stand up. Squeeze the glutes. Curl. Overhead press. Oh wow, isn't that just so much better? Coming up. Curl symmetrically. Overhead press symmetrically. Now if you need to eliminate the overhead press bit, that would make it a lot easier on the shoulders. Coming up. Curl. With or without overhead press. Excellent. All right, I need some active recovery. My hands are starting to cramp. Tricep kick back. Yeah, one arm will get a break. Bend over, tricep kick back. With or without the bench. If you've not got the bench, you're resting your hand here, elbow above back or pinned into the side, and you're moving through a 90-degree range of movement. The weight shouldn't be coming up here and swinging. There should be no swing. It's just a nice, controlled, straight back, slowly lower. As you're going straight back, you're breathing out, and you're trying to keep your back from rotating. So there shouldn't be any twist, halfway. Having my hand here makes a huge difference. So it's taking the lower back out of the exercise. Without that, my lower back is still working. Resting here, it's taking the strain away. Okay, last exercise, on your back, on the floor, chest press, with or without the ab bit. And this one, I could have gone heavier. If I had a heavier set of weights, but we're nearly done. And I'm not just saying that to brag. I am just saying, if you guys wanted to work a little bit more on building strength, then you could go heavier on that one. feedback. You know, you could be sending me pictures as well, proof that you're actually doing the workouts. I'm in the process of updating my website, so if anybody goes there, you'll find that there's a lot of gaps. But pictures of all of this, because this online part is definitely something that I would like to continue with. Show me that you're working out, little videos.